Good morning, this is Dustin with Orlando Painters. It is May 6th, 2015. We're here kind of on the outskirts of Windermere, kind of Orlando, Lake Buena Vista, kind of where it all kind of meets at, over by the Grand Cypress Resort. Newer, nice neighborhood. There's some pretty big houses in here too. But we've done quite a few houses in this neighborhood. All the neighbors seem to really know each other and talk to one another, and kind of word kind of spreads. As long as you're doing fantastic work and giving, good prices. It looks like they stick with the same person, same contractors around here, so that's great. We've done probably over the last year, probably 8 houses in here, something like that. And I have contracts on 3 more. So we're actually doing this house here. I just finished that big gable up there, so it's drying. So we're working on this house here, and this neighbor here. This is Mr. Coster, and this is his in-laws here at this house here. And we're doing this entire house and part of his. He did part of his house himself, and I'm gonna show you a couple things that I really talk about a lot in my other videos. So we're here. We got a few more hours to go on this house. We started it yesterday, obviously not including the pressure washing. That was last week or so, or the week before that. Started on this house yesterday, and the guys will get this place knocked out and fine-tuned, absolutely flawless, here in the next, should be done 2 or 3 hours from now. And we're going to jump over to the neighbor's house and start on his. The guys are working on the trim now. Now this is a waterproofing coating. This is Loxon XP on the body of this house. It had a lot of stucco cracks, as you'll see in my before, during, and after photos. I'll eventually get this up on our Facebook business page. I'm so behind on doing that right now. We have 20-30 projects I haven't put on there yet. We're just slamming unbelievable, just every day, non-stop. So eventually I'll find some time to upload those job albums to our Facebook business page, so you can see a lot more of our before, during, and after pictures. I have 500 probably job albums on there now, but try to keep it current. So anyway, you can see how he's got some surface, some like stucco imperfections there. But there's a lot of stucco cracks, and you'll see when I post these up on our Facebook business page, you'll see all the patch marks. So this customer here really knows about products. It's actually him right there next door, and this is his in-laws here, but I dealt with him the entire time, and he knew all about Loxon XP from Sherwin-Williams, probably from talking to some of the other neighbors that I painted their house. Whenever I see a house with tons of stucco cracks, I'll usually always kind of default to this product. It's a waterproofer. It stops wind-driven rains. It camouflages a lot of surface imperfections, which is great. So we have a technique to where as you'll see, in all of our other videos, I talk about it a lot. We patch these stucco cracks. I don't care if you use regular paint, you cannot detect where we patch some cracks at. And that's really hard for most contractors to do, because they just don't take their time and do it the right way. But there's ways of patching cracks where when you paint over the top of them, you can't detect where they're patched at. To me, it's just absolutely horrible when a building's freshly painted or a house is freshly painted. You can see exactly where somebody patched the cracks. It makes zero sense. And I'm going to show you an example of that when I'm talking about here momentarily. We're going to do this porch floor as well. So we'll pull all this, all of our tape and plastic off these windows, and we'll have a razor sharp, crispy, straight paint lines. Again, this is all, the stucco is Loxon XP by Sherwin-Williams, waterproofing coating, and then all the trim is Resilience, Sherwin-Williams Resilience. So on the neighbor's house, we're gonna do this whole gable end of his house right here and all the window trim. We're not doing the fascia, soffits, or anything. He painted the house himself, and I guess he couldn't get this side, so we're gonna do this whole side for him. And then I'll show you the other area that we're gonna do. And then we're gonna do the highest gable up there. You can see it through the palm trees there. That highest gable. We're gonna do that in the siding itself and the window trim up there. So what I always talk about patching these cracks and not being able to see where you patched at. This is the classic example of what I'm talking about. This house is freshly painted. He just painted it 3-4 months ago. And of course he patched the cracks himself and painted over the top of it. And look at those. Now that's commonplace because, I mean, you see, you know, a lot of these, you know, when people are price shopping, you know, when you're calling up contractors and you're trying to get the best price you can, I totally understand that. But again, you're paying for a service, you're not paying for a particular item. Sure, I mean, you know, if you were looking for a particular television, you know, if you're looking for a 70-inch, you know, new Samsung, you know, wall hanger, and there was 3 stores and they all 3 had the same exact television and one store was cheaper, of course you'd buy it there. But when it comes to service, this is the type of stuff you get. I mean, this is the homeowner doing it, so you know, this wasn't a contractor, let me reiterate that. But this is what you see right here. Now to me, let me ask you a question. Would that be acceptable to you? Would you write me a check when I was done with your house and you seen this right here? Would you be happy with writing me that check? And the weird thing is I see this everywhere I go. I see this, and I'm sure those people, you know, the homeowner or the business owner paid the contractor. I don't know if any, you know, I'm sure maybe a couple of them didn't, but is that acceptable? Because you can definitely patch a crack. If you go back through all my other videos, and I talk about this subject right here, I'll show you. I mean, I get up as close to the stucco as you can get, and you cannot detect where I patch these cracks at, or my guys patch the cracks at. They're thoroughly trained how to patch these cracks the right way, and then you paint over the top of it, and you cannot tell. I show you from every angle. I show you the crack before we patch it. I show you after we patch it. I show you after we paint over the top of it. I show you from every angle up close, and you cannot tell where I patched. So, but it's the same thing here, you know, like on this house here. If you go and look at all these before during photos, you'll see that there's patch marks all over the place on this house. You cannot tell where we patched any cracks at all, you know. This here, so this is the classic example. This is freshly painted. And so is this. So I just wanted to show you, because I think maybe sometimes people don't, you know, they can hear what I'm saying, but sometimes it's nice to actually put like the evidence in front of you so you can see it. But like I said, I see it every day. and I don't get it. So it's real frustrating. You know, I got a passion for this. This is all I've ever done. I'm third generation. You know, this is what I eat, sleep, and breathe. And it just really annoys me when I see stuff like that. I mean, again, that was the homeowner, so that's nothing to do with contractors, but I see it all the time from contractors, and I just don't get it. I mean, either you don't know how to do it, then you should find yourself another job. Or if you're doing it on purpose, you don't have any pride in what you do, again, go find something else to do. And again, this is Dustin with Orlando Painters. Our website is www.orlandopainters.net. I appreciate you watching this short video. I love the fact that I could show you, exactly what I was talking about, that I preach upon all the time. It's nice to have two jobs here side by side too. So we're just doing a little bit of work for him over there. And then this house here will be done today as well. So again, we appreciate you guys watching this video and letting me explain some things to you. Appreciate it. Thank you and have a wonderful afternoon.